Good morning, everybody. I am looking forward to another exciting day of stealth camping. It is a nice day out today. Actually, there's no clouds in the skies and it's pretty sunny today, so it's going to be a nice day to go out and do some stealth camping. And the reason I'm starting out in the morning with you is because I decided that I'm finally sick and tired of sleeping on the hard floor of my truck, the Trailblazer, and I'm going to do something about it today. I don't want to sleep on the hard floor anymore because I want to be more comfortable. I really was debating on whether I wanted to add heat first or if I wanted to get something to sleep on, and I decided to get something to sleep on first because I want to be more comfortable. So I'm going to go to Meijer today and pick out a something to put under my sleeping bag so that I'll be a little bit more comfortable when I'm sleeping in the back of my truck. I've been looking a little bit online and at Walmart and Myers for something to sleep on, and I've seen inflatables, I've seen the regular foam pads, and I'm going to go take another look today just so I can make my final choice and my final decision on what I want. But really important with my amount of space that I have in my truck is I want something that's going to be compact so that it won't take a whole lot of room up when I'm not using it. And I want something that can be put out and put back in fairly simple. Don't know really yet if it's going to be foam or inflatable. It just really depends on what I can find. And tonight I'm going back down to Fort Wayne and trying to find another spot down there to camp in. But before I do that, I'm going to find something that I can use to sleep on tonight so that I can be more comfortable than I've been the last couple of times that I've done this overnight thing in my truck. Because being on the sleeping bag or in the sleeping bag on the floor it's really, really hard. As you know, I bought a really inexpensive, I bought a $10 sleeping bag from Walmart because I didn't know if this is something that I would like doing and if it was something that I would want to do for a long time. So I went with the least expensive one that I could find so that I could just go out and try it, and it's what I'm still using. I'm not planning on replacing it until I get a few other things taken care of and get a little bit of money put away so I can buy a much better sleeping bag that's more comfortable and is able to handle the cold. As you know, I'm doing this in the fall and winter is when I'm starting, so I want something that's going to be a little bit more warm. This sleeping bag I have, this will be an ideal one for when it gets warm out because it's very thin and it's very lightweight, so it is something that I can use when it's warm out fairly easily because it is a cheap sleeping bag. And in the summertime and when it starts getting warm out, I really don't need to have a whole lot of warmth from a sleeping bag, so I think it will be ideal for them. But when I'm doing this, when it's really, really cold out, it's something that I'm going to have to get a better sleeping bag. I've been looking at sleeping bags a little bit as I'm going through stores. Been looking and haven't really found anything inside of the Walmarts and Myers and Targets. I've looked all three places, and they have some that go down to about 30 degrees, which is good, but where I'm from, it gets down to 0, -10, -20 sometimes. And if I plan on doing this in the next couple of months when it gets that cold, I've got to have something that's going to work for me. So I'm definitely going to, hopefully in the next month or so, I'm going to be finding a better sleeping bag to use when I'm out. One tip that I learned that you can do in a sleeping bag, and I'll probably do that after tonight's camp out, is you can actually put a blanket on top of you inside of the sleeping bag to help with heat. So it gets colder before I get that really good sleeping bag. I think that that's something that I'm going to try so that I can stay warm while I'm sleeping. The other thing that's on my list and what I want to get is some type of heat source, and I'm looking into the different types of heat source, both electric and propane, and I'm going to be looking into getting some type of heat source here hopefully in the next month or so also. But for right now, I'm thinking that something to sleep on top of is most important for me. So I'm going to go to probably Meijer today and see what they have available and possibly find what I'm looking for so that I can be a little bit more comfortable when I'm sleeping. So anyway, when I get to the store, I will check back in with you and we'll see what we're going to find. So today I'm going into a Meijer to get my new mattress pad. I looked at Walmart and a couple of other places, and I decided that I was going to go to Meijer because they have some really good prices on some stuff. So once we get in the store, I'll show you what we're looking at. So I was debating on whether to go with a air mattress or to go with a foam mattress, and came across this little one right here, and it is little cot-like mattress, and you pump it up and it gives you, it says 6 3/4 inches in height, which looking at the package here, it doesn't look like it's that thick, but I think I'm going to try it because it's only $12.99. And the cool thing about using one that you can pump up is that you can let the air out of it and deflate it, and it's going to be easier to store than a foam type mattress pad that you can get. So I think I'm going to go with that. And then over here there's also a pump that you can get to go with the mattress to pump it up, and it has a cigarette lighter cord that you can plug in and pump it up. So the regular hand pump is like $5.99, but I thought for $5 more I can get one that'll do all the work that I don't have to do with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spend the extra $5 and get the electric pump so that I can pump it up and use it and be able to inflate my mattress. And this one also says that it has nozzles that'll fit most valves, so I think I'm going to go with that one and see how it works. So I wanted to go ahead and unbox my new mattress and the pump and kind of check out and see what we got and if it's something that'll work for us. So we'll start with the mattress. As you saw at the store, I picked up, it's a 6 3/4 inch mattress, and one thing I really like about it is that it is very, very, very compact. This is completely deflated and folded up. I love that it fits in this small of a spot. So yeah, it feels like very durable material on the bottom, and it's actually got a on this side that you lay on, it actually is kind of a fuzzy material. It's not just like the old plastic ones that we used to get, but yeah, it's kind of fuzzy on this side, and it's kind of a canvas on this side, so it's really cool. And supposedly, if I can find it here again, the way that you fill it up is like when you used to blow up the water toys, you have to blow it up that way. However, because I didn't want to do all that work, I bought something else, which is the pump to be able to blow this up. So I want to stretch this out a little bit and kind of take a look at our pump next and see what we got in here. So bought that little electric pump. It's a little 12 volt pump, and it's got all the nozzles supposedly that you need. And one cool thing I saw about it is it actually inflates and deflates. So when I'm done with it, I can reverse this thing and suck all the air out real quick. So I think that's pretty cool too. So let's take a look inside of here and see what we have. Instructions. And then here are the different nozzles that it comes with. And there's the one that looks like that can go, yeah, you just take it off to put the different nozzles on, but this one looks like it will fit right in to the hole and fill it up. So let's see how well that works. And now for the actual pump reveal. Oh, that's cool. It's got a tie that you can reuse for the wire. And it's pretty probably simple design. It's just probably a motor and housing and some ventilation to keep the motor from being too hot. So let's take a look at it. And there it is. That's what you use to pump up. And it actually has a locking mechanism for the valve. You just put it on there and twist, and then put your valve on so you don't have to worry about it popping off. And then to deflate it, you just put the valve on the other side and lock it in place there, and that takes care of deflating it. So pretty simple but ingenious design. So that's really cool. So let's take a look. And oh, and the tie actually stays on the wire too. That's very cool. So let me plug it in and we can see how well it works. So here's the setup with the mattress inflated. And I realized I got some stuff in my Trailblazer. I keep a box of stuff like to clean it and that. I need to get that stuff out of here because I need the room now. But it only took me literally about a minute to inflate the thing with the electric inflator. One thing that I do notice is it seems to catch on the headrest up here and won't lay completely flat. So I'm going to have to look into maybe being able to take my headrest off while I'm using it or something to give me that little extra room. I don't know if that's possible yet, but it's definitely something that I think I can make work, and I think it'll be a lot more comfortable. I think I should probably pump it up a little more because there's a lot of give in it so far with what I've put in it. But I think that it's going to be much more comfortable than on the floor. My only concern is I've used this type of mattress a long time ago, but in the past, and they didn't seem to hold the air overnight as you were laying on them. One thing I do like about this one is it does have a kind of a quasi pillow on the one end here where you fill it up. And actually, I just realized that I've got this the wrong way. It actually should be flipped over and like that, so you're laying on this side of it. But I gotta pump it up a little bit more to get it to where it needs to be. So we'll see how it works tonight. So I had an idea of where I wanted to stealth camp tonight. And what I'm thinking is right here. And this is one of the biggest hospitals in Fort Wayne called Parkview. And I'm thinking that this might be a good place for me to stealth camp tonight because they are used to having strange cars in the parking lots day and night. So I won't really stand out as anything special because they are so used to having strange cars come in and out. And so what I'm thinking is I think that the emergency lot would probably be the best slot for me. So let's go check it out and see what we can find. But it's a huge hospital. As you can see, there's a helicopter on top of the roof, and they have tons of cars coming in and out of here every single day and night. So I'm thinking that this might be a good spot for me to park at for the night. So let's go check out the parking lot and see if it is something that would be feasible for me. And mind you, I still don't have coverings on my windows, so I will be exposed. But I'm thinking if I come in after dark and kind of sneak in the back when, you know, maybe when nobody is looking, then I can possibly pull it off. So let's go check this out. This is the emergency entrance that we're coming up on here, and this whole parking lot here is the emergency lot parking lot. So there's tons of spaces and tons of cars in here. They do actually have a police department here, as a lot of hospitals do, but I think that we might be able to make this work. So let's go drive around. But I could probably sneak in here without being very noticed, and, you know, maybe park here to the back of the parking lot or something, and just kind of hide out. Oh, and what do we have here? It looks like that there's an actual parking garage here at this hospital. So let's go check this out. This might be even better because I could sneak down here, and there's obviously a lot of cars in here right now because it's the late afternoon and people are still here. But this might be, oh, this looks like an absolutely wonderful place to find a parking spot. I see that there's the entrance there, but we could possibly back in here and maybe even get beside a wall and have only one side exposed. Maybe back in like this truck is up here, and like in this parking spot right here, and be completely hidden from everybody, and except for one side. So we'll check this out a little bit later tonight when it starts getting dark out and when not as many cars are here, so that we can see how well this might work for us. I didn't see anything that said that you had to have a parking permit or that you had to pay for parking here, so I think that this is where we're going to camp tonight. We'll check it out in a little bit. One thing that I'm really excited about today is that, as you all know, I told you I had a power steering leak and found out it was my power steering rack that was bad. And I actually, in 2 days, I'm taking it into the shop to have that rack replaced so that I can fix my power steering problem finally. And that is the last major issue that I'm fixing with my truck. I replaced everything on the front end, and that's working beautifully. I put the tires on, new brakes and rotors in the front, and a new battery. So the last thing that I have to do for my truck is just simple maintenance stuff, and I'm really excited that on 2 days from now I'm getting that rack replaced, and it'll be taken care of. So I've been looking forward to that for months. Actually, I've invested in fixing my power steering for the last last 6 months, and finally I'm going to be able to say it's fixed. The rest of the stuff that I gotta do is I've got to do the rear brakes. I've already got the pads and the rotors. I've got the rear sway bar links. I've got the rear shocks already, so I've got to get that done next. And then in the engine, it's pretty much a bunch of maintenance stuff. I got a fuel filter, I've got the plugs and the wires, I've got an air filter. What else do I have? I have the serpentine belt that's getting replaced. I'm replacing also the PCV valve and the thermostat, and then flushing out the coolant system. So I'm down to less expensive stuff that I have to take care of on the truck finally. It's been a lot of work over the last couple of months to get the big stuff taken care of, and I'm kind of seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm really excited that the power steering is going to be fixed in a couple of days, and then hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks I'll be able to get the little maintenance stuff done, and the truck will be all up to date and all sound, so I don't have to worry. As I've said in my past videos, I don't have to worry about whether she'll start and whether she'll get me to point A to point B without having any issues. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm looking forward to getting through it all. So make sure you hit that like button if you like my videos, and subscribe to my page. So I made it into the garage, and there are a lot less cars than there were earlier, and I think that it will be a successful night because I just don't think that the garage is patrolled very much. So it actually got up to about 44 today, and it's still 44 even in the evening, and it will probably stay warmer in the garage than it is outside. So I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty pleasant night to sleep, and I'm really excited to try this mat out. I had to move it around a little bit so that it would lay a little bit flatter and longer for me, but I'm going to definitely take all the stuff out of the back of my truck that I normally keep back there, just to give me a little bit more room to work with, and to be able to stretch out a little bit more and not have so much crap back there. So I will let you know how it goes when I wake up in the morning, and I'm going to kick back and watch some Netflix probably, or YouTube, and then I'm going to get to sleep. So it's getting kind of late, getting kind of tired, but I'm going to hang out and watch a little bit of TV before I go to bed. And I didn't really bring anything with me tonight. Kind of had a busy day, so really didn't have time to grab anything before I left. One of the next things I want to get to, including the heater that I talked about, that heater is going to be about right around $80 for the heater. And then there's also, for $25, I found that there is a one burner butane or propane stove that I can pick up, which I can't wait to try cooking in the Trailblazer, especially when I decide to go for a couple of days instead of just one day. But I think it'll be really cool to be able to cook something in here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to set it up yet. I'm going to work around with some ideas and figure out what'll work best, so that I can do it when I'm in my quote-unquote living room, the seat that's on the right-hand side. And maybe I'll just flip the mattress so that it's right beside me, and then I'll be able to cook while I'm in here. And I'm also going to get my GoPro out. I've been working on my phone as far as the videos so far, and I'm going to get my GoPro out with my pedestal so I can do a little bit more with videos, and try to get a little bit more unique with what I'm doing, and add a little bit more than my first few videos have been. So I appreciate you watching, as I always say, and please hit that like and subscribe button, and y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you in the morning.